name is Igor, and today I want to make a reflection about a big issue or big question or big problem or big subject that people have in the United States, that is pay to play. I have been living here for almost 8 years, and everybody talk about it, and lots of people say good things, lots of people say bad things, but the point is, every time the national team has a bad outcome or a bad result in the World Cup or some official competition, people start to talk about it. Oh, the problem is pay to play. The problem is pay to play. So let's make a reflection about it, and I would like to share with you my reflection about pay to play. So when the kids pay to play or their parents pay to play, the kids know that their parents pay to play. When they are 5, 6, they don't have an idea, but 8, 9 years old, they start to understand. They are smart, and they know their parents pay and they will play. So the questions that I have, I would like to share with you guys here. Kids know their parents pay, so do you think the kids is gonna work hard to be, to be part of the team, or to become, or to belong to the team? Do you think the kids gonna work harder to be in the first team, to earn more minutes? Do you think because they know their parents pay to play, maybe they go for practice and they don't take so seriously because they know their parents pay to play? And that's the big question, in my opinion. How can we strike the right balance? They want to have fun, they are kids, but at the end of the day, every time United States have a bad outcome in soccer, people start to talk about, the problem is pay to play. That's why you don't produce good players. That's why you don't produce high level, world class players. So the World Cup is coming 2026. 1 year from now, everything's gonna be very, very, very hot here in the United States. And I don't know what's gonna happen, but if the United States have a bad outcome, bad games, don't go far, or bad performance in the games, I guarantee lots of people will start to talk about pay to play. That's how it works every time. So I think it's a reflection that was to be made, and maybe something else could be done different. Maybe they could change something, and that's my reflection. So I have a big question here. If the kids know that they have a chance to stay out of the team the next game, the next weekend game, because the coach will only pick the hard workers with practice, commitment, and teamwork discipline, they know maybe, let's for 1 minute pretend there's no pay to play. So maybe they will play next weekend, maybe not. depends on them. Discipline, commitment, good behavior, focus, attention, energy in practice. So, how would their progress and behavior be during the youth years, especially from 8 to 13 years old? So now, in the United States, they know, doesn't matter what, if they go to practice and chase the ball, they will play at the weekend. But if the situation was a little bit different, only the hard workers, only those that have commitment, discipline, good behavior, attention, focus, energy, only those will play in the weekend. Maybe they would have a different behavior. Maybe they would have a better, learning process. I don't know. I think it's a question to think about it. Because in most of the countries is like this. No discipline, no attention, no focus, no energy, no commitment, no game on Saturday. That's how it works in many countries, especially in South America and Africa, where they go to pick the new talents. South America and Africa. So I think at least deserves a little bit of attention in terms of process. So that's a reflection, And here my opinion. USA has a lot of talents all over the place. There are a lot of raw material in this country. A lot of raw material in USA. Every single club from New York to Florida, from Seattle to San Diego, has at least 15, 20 kids with very good skills, talent, passion. So the point here is, kids pay to play. There's no second source of income for the club. There's no second option, second way to create revenue. So if I have 10-15% of the kids that are very good, why am I gonna change my process because of these kids? And then you're gonna tell me, yeah, but the most important is having fun. I know, but let's wait until the World Cup comes. If the national team goes bad, people start to talk the same thing. Pay to play is a problem. We don't produce. We don't have youth development. We don't do this. We don't have that. So after almost 8 years living here, I see a lot of concern about kids having fun. They must having fun. But at the weekend, I see parents outside screaming from the minutes 1 to the end of the game. I see everybody concerned about win. So it's interesting how different it is from weekdays to weekend. So unfortunately, I had already the experience to see parents fighting outside in a 9-year-old game. So it's not so like, oh no, the most important is having fun. Everybody says that. But at the weekends, when the game is on, is screaming, shouting all over the place, a lot of pressure on the kids. Kids leave the field crying. I don't see much fun. So I think it's important, this kind of reflection, and I'm sharing with you my opinion. So in my opinion, every club has very, very good kids. Maybe it's 10% of the kids. Let's say the club has 500 kids. 10%, 50. So they should be able, or they could be able to receive some kind of compensation in case they help these kids to perform, to develop, to become pro. So I think at some point here in this country, people should find a way or figure out a way to make the clubs have a second way to create revenue, because it's not fair. You know, as I said here, if a kid at the age of 12 goes to MLS Academy, at the age of 20 he goes to a global club in Europe for $30 million. $30 million. He plays for a local club, regional club, neighborhood club, community club from 5 to 11. If a kid plays from 5 to 11 to a local, small, regional, community club, at the age of 12 he goes to MLS Academy. At the age of 20 he goes to Europe for $30 million. How much do I make in relation to this 30 million? So the local, small, community club, how much money goes to this club for the job done in the golden age, the first years? Zero. Zero money. 30 million, zero go to the community, local, small club. So it was like this in 2000, 2010, 2020. So doing the same thing, a way different outcome. So in terms of pay to play, I think the main point for me, local, small, community clubs, the regional clubs, must be rewarded in some way. Otherwise, let's wait 25 more years and see what changes. So that's my opinion. Small clubs, regional clubs, community clubs, I don't know, school clubs, neighborhood clubs, I don't know. But these small clubs that the kids start to play, they should be rewarded. When some kid from there becomes a pro and go to Europe or whatever, they should receive something. 5%, 10%, I don't know, but they should receive something as a second option of revenue. So that's my opinion I'd like to share with you guys. And let's see what happens in 2026. Okay, thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you.